Today on Solomommy, I want to switch gears a bit. When everything is too much, this is how I help my autistic spouse calm down. I don't want to talk about parenting or logistics or thousands of invisible things that hold a household together, but about the love in the middle of overwhelm. Specifically, how I support my autistic spouse when everything is spinning them out. This isn't a guide to fixing meltdowns or stopping big feelings. It's about learning how to be in a safe place when their nervous system is overloaded, and how much unlearning that has taken for me. Overwhelm isn't drama, it's biology. One of the biggest mindset shifts for me was understanding that overwhelm is an overreaction or choice. It's a nervous system hitting its limit. My instinct is always to fix, to explain or soothe, to solve, so everything can be all better. I'm still unlearning that. What I'm learning instead is that their nervous system isn't asking for answers, it's asking for safety. That's a distinction that has changed how I talk to myself in those moments. Less input is usually more help. My instinct used to be to talk, to explain, to reassure. Now I slow myself down instead. I remind myself to subtract before I add, lower the lights, turn off background noises, move more quietly or not at all. When the world already feels too loud, I know that adding words, even kind ones, can derail more than it helps. Sometimes the right sound makes the world feel safer. Silence isn't always the goal. For my spouse, intentional sound, especially familiar, predictable music, can help shift the energy from overwhelm towards calm and even productivity. In those moments, I'm quietly asking myself, is sound grounding right now, or would it be too much? When it helps, I keep it simple. Low volume, steady rhythms, familiar playlists that don't surprise the nervous system. Music that signals safety and continuity. The right sound can give their brain something steady to anchor to, without asking them to engage. Reading instead of asking. When someone is overwhelmed, questions, even gentle ones, can feel like pressure. So instead of asking, I observe. I check in with myself. Do they seem to need stillness or movement? Would touch soothe or overwhelm? Is the environment helping or hurting? This kind of internal dialogue helps me respond without demanding anything from them. Sometimes my spouse needs to withdraw, to go quiet, to stim, to be alone. I've had to learn not to narrate that out loud or fill the space with reassurance. Instead, I remind myself that this is regulation, not rejection. Support in these moments often looks like quiet presence or respectful distance without commentary. Overwhelm rarely comes out of nowhere. I've learned to notice the early signs, like shorter responses, increased irritability, fixation on one issue, physical tension to restlessness. When I catch it early, I can adjust the environment, lower expectations, or pause what we're doing without turning into a conversation that they have to manage. Logic can wait when someone is dysregulated. Logic doesn't land. Even if I'm calm, I'm right. Or even if I explain it perfectly, I have to remind myself that this moment for clarity or resolution is the moment for regulation. So we made a calm plan together outside of these moments when things are steady. We've talked through what helps and what makes things worse. And that's when we figured out sometimes environmental needs, sometimes music helps. When it doesn't, then we go quiet. Whether touch is grounding or overwhelming, what supports look like without words. Having that shared understanding lets me act quietly when the world would be too much. And I'm learning to care for myself too. Loving someone through overwhelm takes energy. Some days I'm regulated and grounded, some days I'm not. I'm learning to notice my own nervous system too, to step back when I need to, and to remind myself that support doesn't require self-erasure. This isn't about getting it right every time. It's about choosing empathy over ego, curiosity over control, safety over solutions, and reminding myself again and again that the person I love isn't the storm, that they're navigating it.